Previously on 90 Day, the last resort, the couples tell all. Gino, how are things between the two of you?
Jasmine and I, we separated.
Hi, everyone. Surprise.
Rob and Sophie. Since the resort, have you two seen each other?
We had like months of like no contact, but I don't know, we just started like having sex.
What? Stacy and Florian, how are things with you today?
Well, after the resort, things were good for a while. Obviously, a lot of time has passed since then, and I kind of feel like we're going back to our old patterns.
Like currency, up and down, depends the day, you know?
Gino, are you the father of Jasmine's baby?
I am not.
Then it has to be Matt.
Yes.
This had nothing to do with an open relationship. This was all a plan for Jasmine to be able to be with Matt.
I couldn't care less about his opinion. You are a clown. Okay? You are a freaking clown.
Yeah, you're a pregnant whore.
Guys. That in my face.
Don't care about this goofy ass lady.
Go and sell your blood pressures on land.
This goddamn shoe.
I'm done to have secrets from Brandon.
So, Julia, what actually happened with the guy?
Jesus Christ.
So, Julia, with this second guy, how far did it go?
I kissing him. Are we kissing? Oh God.
But, or French kiss.
Jasmine,
I wanna know.
I don't want to know.
let's respect Brandon.
Brandon, are you just learning what happened with the second guy?
Well, she's confirming it now.
Oh, confirming.
So did this happen about the same time?
Yeah.
We were engaged at that point. I'd already filed. But she was over in Russia acting single.
That's not the K1 visa because it takes long isn't an excuse to talk to anyone else or kiss anyone else.
Right, especially if you're engaged.
But in this time, you have a huge fight in Russia. And he left and we stopped speaking for a while. And I think can be done, but he thinking we just have little fight. But in my brain, I think can be done.
So, Ron and Betty, what are you thinking hearing all this for the first time?
I forgot I'm here.
Julia, yeah. Ron and Betty, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on it is she made a mistake. I really do. I believe that was the wrong thing to do, Julia. But you chose Brandon, and so you got to put it behind you. That's my take.
I agree. At that point, you really just didn't know whether the K1 process was going to, go through. So move forward and recommit your love.
This is one time when his parents are on my side. One time, first time, actually. Everybody have mistake. Tell me who is innocent here.
I didn't do anything. Why do I
So
deserve
can't
it?
you
change it.
didn't.
Julia's running around kissing everyone.
Everyone.
She hasn't kissed anyone since she's been here in the States, right?
No.
You've never cheated since we've been married, correct?
No. After
Never.
when
You
I
swear to God.
I'm swear God, put me this machine for say truth.
Brandon, do you feel that Julia owes you an apology specifically for that?
Yeah.
You stand up. She's a
Amazing.
I'm not.
Bravo.
Aww.
like when I come to USA, I promise you to be a good wife. And everything what I doing in every aspect of my life,
just
I do
hurts.
this
It
not,
just hurts
not
because
for hurting
it's like,
anybody. I do this because I
but
am
it's like,
who I
why
am.
did you come to USA and then like, oh, I'm in here now. Now I can be serious. But I was serious when I met you. You didn't feel the same connection that I felt when I
I have
met
a question.
you.
Did you
I
gonna
loved
let
you.
this go, or
I
you gonna be
loved you.
holding this for
I
the rest
knew.
of our life?
Good question,
Did
Julia.
you gonna let this go or not? Because if you can't let this
What
go,
can I
we
do?
can't move
I mean,
forward.
give the man a little bit of time. He just found out about it. Give him a second.
Apologies don't serve much purpose. The only thing that serves a purpose is not repeating the same mistakes. You know, I'm really committed. I'm not going to do these things that upset you, that trigger you. Obviously, no kissing.
At this point in our relationship, as we're married, if that happens, I'm out, you know?
So, Brandon, do you completely trust Julia at this moment?
I want to.
But right now, you can't say that you 100% trust her.
No.
Acceptable.
Brandon, you know what? Things happened. This happened a long time ago. And if you love her, which I know you do,
Of
then
course
you
I
need to
do.
be able to put that.
And that's what it comes down
aside.
to. But, like, all I ask in return is just give me time with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ron and Betty, as always, you are very open and forthcoming with your thoughts. Thank you for sharing them with us today, and it's great to see you again.
Thank you so much for having us.
Brandon and Julia, you have a lot of big life changes on the horizon. We are excited to see how you handle all of them. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Let's now move on to Rob and Sophie. So, Sophie, you look beautiful,
Thank
a
you.
little different.
I did a little something.
What'd you do?
Got my boobs done. Yeah, literally like a month ago.
Okay.
A little bit.
And how do you feel?
I feel great. I feel really good. I feel like just in general, I'm a lot more like confident and like I've been on this like self-love journey since the retreat, and I'm just feeling good about myself.
How do you think Sophie looks?
The what?
How do you think Sophie looks?
He's off, staring off in space.
She looks good. I mean,
So, you showed him your new boobs.
I just showed him in the changing room because he hadn't seen them yet.
Oh, did you show him, or was it you showed him?
I just. Do you want to see my boobs?
yeah. I mean, let's suggest.
Let's go.
Hold on. I want to see her.
Ready? Ready? They look good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was the first time you had seen them?
Yeah. To actually get to see them in all their glory.
Shining bright.
Did she show you where you're like,
Yeah. Try not to look like I'm like, I want to touch them.
She waited for you to be separated
Mm-hmm.
to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like she's trying to be her best version of herself now.
a revenge body?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So, how does everybody feel about Sophie doing that to Rob? Do you think she was doing it to get revenge?
No,
on
because I
Rob?
know when I got my done, you want to show them all. You're proud of them, and they have a connection, so why not?
He kept commenting, and I said, "You want to see?" He was like, "Hell yeah!" So I mean,
Sean, I get what you're saying, and I agree. It's almost like, oh, now that we aren't together, here's something that would be, you would love it, but nah, you don't quite get this.
So, you two had a very, very emotional end to your time at the resort. But earlier, you told us that even though you chose not to recommit to each other, you started having sex again. So when did things take a turn?
well, do you want to answer or sir?
Well, I mean, we
You answer.
both answered. So me and her had gone to Disneyland. and we were just friends.
So y'all went on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Is that in Disney? I'm not sure.
Mickey Mouse bring you us together, huh?
So we went to Disneyland. And we was just like hanging out, really. And for me, it was kind of like I was in a place of I'm done getting my hopes up, so I'm not looking at it any type of way. I'm just like there to enjoy Disneyland for the first time. And I feel like Sophie has told me numerous times since then that she's felt different since Disneyland.
So, Sophie, what changed for you at Disneyland?
Well, like we had an amazing day, and all the things it's like I'd been wanting in a relationship I was receiving because we wasn't arguing. That type of feeling, I kind of just felt like I just want to have sex. I don't know. And then it's like...
So you come home from Disneyland that night, you had sex?
No, but...
It was months
It
later.
was,
It was in New York, coming out here to film.
Between the sheets.
Between the sheets and between the sheets.
That's what between the sheets does to you.
You're naughty.
But we ended up hooking up that night, and then afterwards, we just had sex, like a lot, like, and it was really good. It was really good, and we had sex, like, for months, like, all the time.
And so how long did that continue? For...
When's the last time?
Yes. When was the last time?
We haven't had sex in a couple of months.
Why did it stop? Why did you stop having sex?
Yeah.
So what happened was we was having sex for a while, and it was still, we had no talk of like, oh, does this mean anything? It was no intention of back together. However, as we're having sex more often, it got to a point where I'm starting to want to go back with him when I know that's not the right choice. So I think then we were both like, Rob agreed, like, yeah, let's just stop.
So, Rob, let me ask you, how soon after you left the resort did you go out with somebody else?
It took a while.
It was like, yeah, right.
It took a while. He was heartbroken for a while.
Yeah, because I was with him a lot, and it was probably like 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Before I
So 3
actually
months.
like went out, like actually like went to go meet a girl and hang out, and
She was British. She found another girl that was just like me.
she was British.
Rob want the British
Really?
people.
And what did you think
Got
when
a
you
little
heard
thing
that?
for British women.
I think that's kind of weird. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Her being British was not a green flag for me.
Sophie, did you have any jealousy when Rob told you he was dating a British woman?
I mean, at that time when I found out we was having sex, I was like, ow, my feelings.
Oh,
But yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was a bit like, damn, I'm like, her accent's probably thicker than mine. I was like, damn it.
and what about you? How soon after you left the resort did you go out on a date with someone else?
It took like months before I finally was like, okay, that's when I started to like put myself out there again. I dated 2 people.
Tell him.
One was a guy and one was a girl.
Oh.
So the guy I dated, he had a kid, and then the girl that I dated, she had a kid.
And what happened with them?
Rob, you don't need to say that here. You don't need to say that here.
You gotta tell us
You
now.
don't need to say that here.
Good story. You gotta tell us now.
Yeah, tell him.
We want to know.
You want to know.
Come on, this is the top ball.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, fine, whatever.
And I hope you forgive me, but it is
Tell
very
all,
funny.
Rob.
Okay, just whatever. No, Rob, let
The
Rob.
guy she dated was the baby father of the girl she dated.
But I didn't know.
She didn't know.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
How did that happen?
That's just all for the marriage, guys.
Oh my God.
That's just all for the marriage.
Yeah.
Wow, now that's a story.
Thanks, Rob.
Sophie, you said that you want to keep Rob in your life, but not as your husband. Do you think that you two can remain friends at this point?
Honestly, what I think is best and healthy is for us not to speak. It's just really hard for us not to, because like the minute I'm upset, I'm like, I need to call Rob, you know?
So, Rob, let me ask you, do you feel that you should move forward with a divorce?
The reality is that none of that was true and Sophie knew it. She just came out because she was pissed off at me.
I ruined your marriage. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're poison.
And later.
We've been arguing like every day. It's affected our intimacy.
No.
It's been about like 4 months.
Wow. Why?
It's kind of like hard to talk about.
I do think that's something that we're gonna do because it's inevitable. The only reason we have it is just because we haven't gotten to it.
I think once we are divorced, we can like fully move on, because I think even in both of our minds, sometimes it's like he's still my husband. Like when I fill out forms and stuff, it's like married, you know, and it's like reminds me like I'm married still. And I think I think it is smart for us to divorce.
That's like the closure that you need.
Yeah, it's just difficult because it's gonna be hard to like fully sign that and never speak again, but you know.
And Rob is a great guy. You are.
Thank you.
You deserve good stuff.
I appreciate it.
I believe Sophie also might be a good person. Just lost a little bit.
That's funny coming from you. I'm a great person too. You have no idea what I experienced in my marriage, so don't just judge what you see because you have no idea.
Sure, portrays a little bit different light, but what I sense about him,
You haven't even had a conversation with him unless it was in front of me trying to make me jealous. So to say that he's a good person and I'm maybe is a dick when it's unnecessary because we're trying to be mature in the situation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I don't know. No,
All right, we're going to move on because there's a rumor I'd like to talk about that came up behind the scenes while filming Between the Sheets. Take a look.
Yes, I love them all. I always defend my producers.
Yeah, they're all so nice.
They all love me. And I love them all.
They're some good producers.
Sophie had sugar daddy.
Who say that?
She told someone and that person told me.
Like who pay for everything? Really? Like older or young?
I don't know the details, but I know that he's like a rich guy.
Really?
And he's like banging her. That's why she's always traveling and all that. I don't judge. I mean,
like she's young. She
go for it, girl. Get your bag.
But
Rob is useless. So.
I mean, I didn't ask her.
Yeah, I wouldn't never like say that in cameras. But yes, she has sugar daddy.
Sophie, those are some major allegations from Jasmine. Who is the guy she's talking about?
My 93-year-old sugar dad.
What?
He's actually turning 94 this year.
Is it a joke?
Yes, it's a joke.
Okay, I was like,
my sarcasm is very strong because I'm English, but yes, it's a joke. I don't have a 93.
Bring him out, yeah.
no, it's a good age.
Who told you?
It's a secret.
I'll tell you exactly where she got it from. I tried to comfort Jasmine when she was sitting on the curb in the beginning of Last Resort. And I sat down and I said, "Are you okay?" And I tried to comfort her. And then the conversation turned into her asking me, "Oh, so Sophie doesn't live with you?" I said, "No, she hasn't lived with me in a while." She said, "How does she pay for things?" I said, "I don't really know." She said, "You think she has a sugar daddy?" I said, "I mean, I don't know how she pays for things, but I don't know." That's it. The reality is that none of that was true and Sophie knew it. She just came out because she was pissed off at me.
I ruined your marriage. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not
I
you,
ruined
bro.
your marriage.
That ain't
So
you.
sorry.
Oh my God.
For me, the therapy will help.
You think the therapy did not help you at all?
I did it for her, so I don't believe in therapists.
So are you blaming me that our relationship is right now?
Not a bad idea.
It's not
I ruined
you,
your
bro.
marriage.
That ain't
So
you.
sorry.
You're
I ruined your marriage. Oh my
I'm that Rob ruined my marriage.
It's all bull. from her. Oh my God.
Okay, hold on for a second. We're going to move on, but we're going to hear more from Rob and Sophie a little while later. All right, I think everybody could use a break after that. That's lunch.
I'm hungry. Oh my god, I'm starving.
So what'd you think about your segment, Brandon?
Digging into some pain of the past. I'm crazy about, I feel like you can understand me,
Absolutely.
A very painful topic, which now that we're married, I really want to leave that stuff in the past. So at this point, I'm like, let's just figure this. I will say, after hearing some of these stories and seeing everybody else's stuff, I don't feel so bad about mine.
Yeah, Brandon, you don't feel so bad. Look at my story.
I know. I don't want to say it, but
Who's that?
Oh my God! Sex woman!
Sex woman.
Sex
Oh my gosh.
I got you.
How does that feel?
How did you see this stuff?
You gotta pull it down.
You guys ever use that? Like,
I've used it, but just when I fight crime.
yeah. You're saving marriages.
We have too much today. Let's have something fun.
I feel
Julie, I want to see you do the masked man.
I'm trying to.
You gotta pull it down over your eyes. Your forehead can't see.
You got this.
Little
Just
farther.
rotate it.
Little farther.
There you go.
How did that look?
Wow,
Like you're ready to
sexy,
save.
sexy mama. You need a whip.
Give me a line, brother. How you say?
This city has been plagued by crime and bad sex.
This city has been plagued by crime and bad sex.
There is a new name to deliver justice.
It's a new name delivered to justice. By sex woman.
Now you gotta do a dance for Brandon.
Bye, Chihuahua.
Oh my God.
I'm on my phone. Thank you.
Oh, how are you?
Matt, I don't even know where to start. All the men are sitting together and they're like just attacking me. And Rob calling me whore, prostitute, slut.
What?
Calling my baby like a bastard, mother.
Who even said that weirdo, dude? It's not a great person.
And that's like unacceptable.
Gino agreed to the open marriage, and I think he doesn't see any way out of this, so he's trying to get like the guys to be together on his side, like a giant piece.
I'm so mad. I knew that a lot of people were gonna attack me and accuse me of cheating.
Jasmine, it's time to go back to set now.
Okay. But I'm not playing the victim. I'm not gonna be anybody's bitch. I'm nobody's bitch. I'm like them all.
All right, Cass, it's time to go to set.
All right. See you guys. on
Bye.
stage.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, here we go. In 5, 4, 3.
Okay, now we are going to shift the focus to Stacy and Florian. At odds over his hard parting ways, Stacy and Florian came to the resort to find a way to argue less and reignite the passion in their marriage. They ultimately chose to recommit to each other, and we can't wait to hear if that recommitment still stands. The two of you decided to recommit. I want to know, after therapy, how have things been going?
Well, when we got back from the resort, actually things were really good. We were on a high note and, we were vibing, we weren't fighting. Obviously time has passed. And I would say the last 3-4 months have been really rocky.
Florian, do you agree? Do you think things were good after you went
Yes,
through
it's
the couples therapy?
It's good. So the therapy helped her, So for me, the therapy helped.
You think the therapy did not help you at all?
I did it for her. So I don't believe in therapists. I don't believe to all stranger people to come to me for the paycheck to talk to me.
So are you blaming me that our relationship...
No, I'm not blaming
Because
you.
sounds like
I'm saying what is it.
if I put in the work and the effort, then we're good.
No, not a bad idea.
Oh, wow.
That's not fair.
So how do you think your relationship is today?
Every day, more down.
What part of it is going
The
down?
arguments, you know.
And what kinds of things do you argue about?
Everything.
Sometimes stupid things don't make sense. To be
Everything,
honest.
really. For me, it's like I feel like he finds more joy in talking to the boys or going to smoke cigarettes. He doesn't really want to be around me. I feel like my own husband doesn't even like me.
Wow.
The only time you really like me is when you want something or you need something.
God help me. Please, no.
We've been arguing like every day over little things. I feel like it's affected our intimacy. We haven't slept together.
And how long?
Intimate. Enough to where it's concerning. I would say a good 4 months.
Oh, wow.
You know, and he doesn't initiate sex. I'm, not really initiating it either.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like hard to talk about.
Just in the poke the bear, you're good to go.
You don't regret getting angry at
No,
Jasmine?
no. For what?
Florian, you're a liability when you act like that. Because what if he
How
does
many-
something stupid one day? I'm responsible for him.
Yeah, I live.
Like he's gonna up our life.
Stacy, how have things been going?
I'm just gonna be honest and real. I'm going through menopause. And it's kind of like hard to talk about. Because I feel like I'm going through changes I can't explain. And I don't think he understands it.
I'm so sorry. So, Florian, tell us what you know about menopause.
I know how cool for menopause.
Biology lesson. Go, Florian.
That's a good question. Can any men here explain to Florian what menopause is?
I mean, can you?
You're gonna menopause right now if you close your mouth.
I'm trying to
You're
defend my.
going to the grave if you're not gonna stop talking right now.
Just understand that at some point, I'm not an expert, and I cannot tell you everything about it. All I know is at some point in a woman's life that they go through menopause, and it has something to do with like their menstrual cycle and their hormones and everything kind of changing for them again. And then, other than that, the girls can take over. But just that it's definitely it's a hormonal thing.
I grew up with my mom. I grew up with my sisters. And everybody say in my house I have menopause. I have hot flashes.
I'm not trying to embarrass him. Like, that's just, I really feel like he doesn't know. Like, I'm still learning what it is. Like, it just kind of creeps up on you one day. And I'm just like, why is all this stuff happening? Like, the foggy brain, like, the weight gain. You know, he yells at me. He's like, oh, you're bipolar. I'm like, no, that's hormones. I've never been
So it is
diagnosed with.
similar, has certain symptoms of pregnancy, as you're describing. It's like, I feel like my mind is super foggy.
Yeah.
I forget things. I'm super emotional. The hormones.
Emotional, yeah. And, my hormones, and if we argue, it's, I don't back down. We just go back and forth. And then, the fights don't last like hours and hours. That, it's every day for stupid stuff. And then we're fine. And then it happens again. It's just a constant battle. I feel like I put in a lot more effort. But I feel like that's not fair.
Okay, well, at the resort, we saw that Florian did not just argue with Stacy. He got into fights with several others as well, including Jasmine. Here's a look back at some things that set him off.
Florian is a bad influence. These two cannot be together. No. You are a bad influence for my husband.
I want to take him to Miami.
See? Troublemaker.
Florian, stop being a bad
He knew what he was doing. Stirring the pot.
Look at him. He can barely
the best time, man.
I need you to lower your tone.
Are you want him to have fun or
No,
what?
I'm not. But we're here not just to have fun, but this is
But
for
to have fun.
therapy.
Nothing
This
to
is
do
our
with
therapy.
Yeah, come on, man. Shit.
Gina boy.
Whoa.
Enough.
Jasmine, what the you
No,
doing?
enough, Flor. Enough.
That was
I'm drunk.
First of all, it's not your son, dude.
It's my husband. That's my husband. Yeah.
One more, please.
I'm afraid. Oh.
This
Let him.
for you. That's not
No.
normal. I was like, he's about to
Then
he's about to confront her.
First time you throw my drink.
Get out of her face.
All right,
Oh, come on.
Get away.
My college teach me to respect people. Special like friends.
Respect people. You're the most disrespectful people on earth.
Shut the up. Shut your up.
From the screen.
¿Dónde está esa woman?
Shut the up. Shut the
¿Dónde está esa woman like her?
Chihuahua. Shut the up. Just in the poke the bear. You're good to go.
Florian, how do you feel seeing your reactions? Is there anything that you regret?
Oh no. For what?
You don't regret getting angry at
No.
Jasmine?
For me, listen to me. I defend myself. It's not about the anger. 1 second. Like, I'm having fun with her ex-husband. With her husband, sorry. Let's not break up yet. I'm having fun with her husband, correct? Okay, him is control the drink. He's can do whatever he's wanting him. But not touch my drink.
Oh, gosh. It seems like, though, that you're triggered very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other people really have control over how you react, right?
Yeah, other people like to trick my fun. To trick me. Like, leave me alone. Florian, leave alone him. There. I'm not going to say nothing.
So there's nothing that you regret?
Well, no. I wish I did wrong, Tommy.
So basically, you're saying I trigger you like every day because that
That is
reaction
trigger,
like you
that
gave Jasmine is what I did at home.
Trigger.
Shut that up. You called her a chihuahua, but I get called the bitch and the hoe and all that.
Wow.
No, hostess. I
When you're
never
angry.
scold
When
people.
you're angry, yes.
No, angry, but I don't have anger issues, but just leave me alone.
Yeah, you have anger issues.
I have anger issues, Ari.
So you think that saying, going around and being like, this that I'm mad, being mad all the time, you think that's healthy for you?
You be mad. The anger issues is two things.
It's gonna make you age faster. You're gonna have a heart attack at like age 40.
Oh,
You
don't worry
continue
about my
like
life. I'm sort of God. I die right now. I don't give a Oh, you worry about my life.
You treat Stacy like crap, and she deserves better than that.
Florian, you're a liability when you act like that because what if he does something stupid one day? I'm responsible for him.
I live.
He's gonna our life.
I
Like,
live.
if you
1 second. I
fights
live.
a guy or something like.
I live in Miami.
You know.
I live in Miami. I go out. I know have one fight to other, but I leave people alone. People leave me alone. I am good to go. I have problem. I'm going to fight every day in Miami. But I don't have problem. I can drink bottle. I'm good to go. Everybody leave my problem. I'm good to go.
It's funny because all you do is hang out with like girls.
Wow.
What the hell?
Ain't gonna fight girls that are flirting with you. Coming up, the diva arrives.
Oh my God. Darcy, do you feel like there has been a boundary crossed with Florian?
I don't just call Florian to say, hey, what's up? What Obviously, you doing? You were venting and saying, you know, oh, he's better off single. The you say to me in my relationship with Georgie, why are you still married to Georgie? You should get a divorce. I can dish it out too. Ain't gonna fight girls that are flirting with you.
Ooh.
I think he's easily blow up, but this is not have excuse to do it.
Well, I do feel like people know how to trigger him in order to get what they want. It was Jasmine who knew exactly she was doing, and she was knowing that she was manipulating him to explore.
You know what? If certain things trigger you and you lose control, and it's so hard for you to calm down, your actions is totally unacceptable.
Florian, I love you like a brother, but I do think you have some anger issues. You know, I think you should probably work on that.
Stacy, throughout the resort process, we often saw you apologizing for Florian's behavior.
Yes.
Is this something that you find yourself doing a lot?
I do. I tend to kind of, I guess, take on that mother role, even though.
Mother Stacy.
Yeah, because.
My mother for what?
No.
Okay,
That's
you're
not what we're
taking
talking
it like-
about. That's not what we're talking about.
It's just
so
whatever.
I think that Florian is just very direct with everybody.
Yeah.
And sometimes Stacy feels a little bit embarrassed of the behavior.
Yeah.
And so she feels like she needs to apologize. I get it. Like, you don't owe anybody an apology except your wife. Like, that's it. I think that you just need to work on your soft touch to her because you want her to be soft. I feel like she deserves your softness. Nobody else here deserves that,
Right.
but she does. And that's the only thing that I think that you need to work on.
Okay.
Well, another person in Stacy's life who causes stress is her sister, Darcy. Their relationship has also affected Stacy and Florian's marriage. In an attempt to get them all communicating better, Darcy came to the retreat to work on their issues. Take a look.
All right, we gotta say hello here. Come on.
Hi, my brother. You're looking happy. I feel like a part of Darcy wants me and Florian to not be happy in our marriage because she's not happy in her marriage. You guys have a better connection than I have with Florian. So, well, take him.
No,
Take
thank
'em.
you, Stacy. I'm married, honey. Stacy, you need to chill. You're coming in way too hot. And this look isn't good on you.
You wanna tell her what you told me?
I talked to Stacy. You told me one night, like, Stacy not treating you good. You should be more single.
I don't remember saying
You
that.
see it?
Why do you call him at 3 o'clock in the morning? Like, hello, Florian.
Because-
you want a man or something? Are you crazy?
I've never, ever in a million years would even have that think or that thought that you're
my
speaking
sister,
right now.
Stacy.
That's disgusting.
That-
He's married to you. He's my brother-in-law. I'm allowed to have a relationship.
Boy.
Florian, you're better off single. How dare you? You don't want me to be
Maybe
happy.
you don't look happy.
Either.
I am happy when you're not around.
Whoa.
See?
Okay. Well, tonight we have Darcy and her husband Georgie joining us to share what progress they've witnessed. Please welcome Darcy and Georgie.
Stand up. The diva arrived.
Oh my God.
Georgie. Where's Natalie? My boo.
Hey, Stacy, how are you?
Georgie. Oh, you smell good. Oh, how are you? Hi, Darce. Oh, hey, Stace. You forgot about me. Okay. What's up? I didn't see you. Open the boobs. Okay. You looking good? You look hot. Looking snatched.
Woo! Oh my gosh! Look at Trace. I gotta say, it just pains me that you and your sister Stacy are going through this time where you are battling about Florian and spending time with each other and wanting to sabotage your relationships and all of that. So, first of all, Darcy and Georgie, when you saw that Florian and Stacy were going to the retreat, did you think, oh, this is really going to help their relationship?
Absolutely. I felt like it would be a great transition for the relationship to kind of get closer, kind of figure out, where their problem areas are and become stronger as a couple and a team. I think just in general, Stacey and I, are loving, girls, and we love each other. We're sisters at the end of the day. We want the best for each other. We're very protective over each other. We are twins, and that's all we know. And when it comes to relationships, we want to see each other succeed and happy and be in the right relationships. And she's been through the whole journey with my exes in the past and, has been there, She's had her judgments and still does to this day as well. Yeah. And I feel like I'm allowed to say my piece where I am. And Flora and I do have a great close bond. It didn't start out that way, but, it's grown on me. And I'm happy to see them together. I just hope that they can work out their issues.
But the fact that you were an issue in their relationship, do you feel like there has been a boundary crossed? when it comes to your relationship with Florian, and that your closeness really impacted their marriage.
It bothers Stacey. If I knew it had bothered her, I really wouldn't have, crossed any certain lines. If I do call him, later on in the evening, it's usually for me venting about something that happened with me in my relationship. But it's not. I feel like I could open up to Florian. He tends to be a good judge of character and be a good, ear to listen on for me when I vent and open up to. Stacey sometimes doesn't want to be bothered. So I feel like Florian's my brother, and he kind of comes to my rescue in a sense sometimes when I need help.
Stacey, what about that bothers you?
When I was healing from a surgery that I had, I was in the hospital, and they were going out a lot. She would call late, and I felt like he wasn't there for me like I wanted. And, I don't really call Georgie the way she calls Florian. And so I kind of take offense to that.
Yeah.
I call Florian to call Florian to say, hey, what's up? What you doing tonight? You were venting and saying, he's better off single. So obviously you were talking about
That's why when you were bitching and screaming and yelling and moaning and groaning one night when we were together hanging out, and I'm like, what the you gotta deal with that all the time? It's the same you say to me in my relationship with Georgie. Why are you still married to Georgie? You should get a divorce. Same I can dish it out too.
Okay, Georgie, do you think Darcy and Florian are too close?
I don't think so. I don't think there's something to worry about. They have their own issue in their relationship, right? So I don't think the biggest issue is Darcy and Florian hanging out.
Georgie, does Stacey have any reason in your eyes not to trust Florian?
That's between them. For you, I don't live with them. I don't know what they do. I don't know where's the issues.
Okay.
If you
see them arguing.
That's things. Florian don't share everything with me. We have connection.
Well, the question was, do you think that Stacey should trust Florian?
Maybe not. I don't think 100%.
Next time on 90 Day, The Last Resort, the couples tell all. Okay, Ari, you want to explain your side of the story?
I would like to explain. So I was so nervous coming to the resort thinking I'm not going to make any friends, I'm not going to be able to bond with anyone, that when I was getting along with Julia and actually with Sophie, I was thinking oh man, this is great. My biggest mistake was to trust you. You call me You acted like one.
I'm really done.
Stacey, what really triggered you?
That night is tracking was off. I don't know how. I don't know how it got turned off. It just wasn't working and I couldn't track him.
What's your problem? You don't understand to use the phone.
It's shady.
Please welcome Ari's mom, Janice. Why do you think that Ari held on to Benny's passwords?
Can we both admit that part of the reason I changed that password is to protect you?
Some of the people that have been involved with Binyam are opportunists. After the woman realized there wasn't going to be a relationship, she tried to extort Binyam.
Benny, did somebody try to extort you?
I mean, if you, I want to say
yes or no.
It's yes or no, Benny.
Natalie was calling my ex-wife names, calling her a hooker.
I never called her that.
Oh, yes, you have.
She was attacking me.
I get very emotional when somebody comes after my family.
What are you saying? What a bull.
You're a liar. You're a scam artist. Just shut up.
Wow.
What the?
Hello, xin chào mọi người nha. Chào mừng mọi người đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Và hôm nay chúng ta sẽ đọc tiếp về cuộc đời của Đức Phật Thích Ca, chương 11, 4 lần kết tập kinh điển. Và trong lịch sử của Phật giáo liên quan đến kinh điển cho hậu thế thì chúng ta có thấy những lần đại hội như sau. Thứ nhất là thời kỳ kết nạp thứ nhất là Đức Phật vừa mới nhập diệt và một số phàm tăng như là Suhaya đã có những thái độ và lời bất kính. Này các bạn, tại sao các vị thương tiếc nhiều đến Đức Phật làm chi? Ngài đã viên tịch rồi thì chúng ta về sau sống thoải mái hơn lúc trước rất là nhiều, sẽ không còn nghe những lời phiên răng trách cứ nữa. hãy như thế này đi, hãy như thế kia đi, và kể từ hôm nay chúng ta sẽ muốn làm gì thì làm và không còn ràng buộc bởi cái giới luật, và vì Đức Phật đã viên tịch rồi. Tôn giả Ca Diếp nghe quá xót xa và lo ngại cho tiền đồ của Phật giáo. Với tư cách là đệ nhất hạnh đầu đà, Tôn giả Ca Diếp cùng với các ngài Kiều Trần Như, Phú Lâu Na, A Na Luật đã không đạo Pháp Mai một về sau, nên đứng ra triệu tập một đại hội gồm 500 vị A-la-hán ở Vương Xá 3 tháng sau khi Đức Phật nhập Niết Bàn với sự hỗ trợ của vua A Xà Thế. Và trong 500 tỳ kheo này, 499 vị đã đắc quả là A-la-hán chỉ từ tôn giả A Na. Và lúc đó tôn giả A Nan đã ở tại Tỳ Xá Ly, và ngày đêm thường thuyết giáp cho tứ chúng, và mọi người lui tới nghe pháp đông đúc, chẳng khác gì lúc Phật còn tại thế. Và lúc ấy tại đây có một tỳ kheo người xứ Bạc Kỳ đang ngồi thiền trên lầu, và không khí ồn không thể tham thiền nhập định, bèn quán chiếu xem An Nan đã giác ngộ hay chưa. Và thì thấy rằng An Nan ở địa vị hữu học, liền đến chỗ An Nan học lên bài kệ. Ngồi dưới cây chỗ vắng, tâm hướng đến Niết Bàn, thiền tịnh cho phóng dật, nói nhiều có ích chi. An Nan nghe vị tỳ kheo ấy đọc kệ như vậy, lại biết việc ngài Ca Diếp không cho mình tham dự đại hội kết tập kinh điển, nên lần đêm giữa đêm và cuối đêm tin cho tấn siêng năng khi kinh hành và mong cầu được giải thoát, nhưng vẫn chưa đạt được. Và đến lúc nửa đêm thân thấy mệt mỏi tột cùng, tôn giả